Three, two, one.
Jambo Uzuri Watoto, which means hello, beautiful children in Swahili, and welcome to Family Rewards of Life. Today we have some very lovely children from the Irving Elementary School located in Waterloo, Iowa, where the very fine principal is Mr.
Tooney.
All right, Mr. Steve Tooney. And for those of you on Radio Land, you know that Mr. Tooney usually hosts the show when he is here. So I'm going to turn the mic over to him at this time.
Well, and here I thought maybe you were going to go back and retain the helm. I was looking forward to just answering questions. I think we'll start this fantastic Family Rewards of Life show by having my kindergarten through 5th grade students introduce themselves. Each month I ask my teachers to select one student by grade level based on academic performance, based on behavior and how fantastic they are. And so they look at these things and they choose very carefully. We have never been disappointed by who attends these programs from Irving Elementary, and I don't think we will be today either. We'll start right here to my left, and we'll just go around and say our first and last name, maybe what teacher you have, and how old you are. So go ahead and begin.
My name is Daniel, my last name is Bristol, and my age is 7, and my teacher name is Miss Stokes.
Daniel is in 2nd grade.
My name is Carmen. My teacher is Mrs. Fisher, in the 3rd grade. My name is Elizabeth, and I'm 5, and I'm in Miss Souza's class.
And Elizabeth is in kindergarten.
My name is Vinaya Gardner, and I'm in 4th grade, and I'm 9 years old.
And Vinaya talks very fast.
I'm Leila, and I am in 1st grade, and I'm in Mrs. Manny's class.
I'm Zari Washington. I'm in 5th grade. I'm in Miss Bradfield's room, and I'm 10.
Excellent job. There you have it. You have a strong cross-section of the many wonderful students that we have at Irving Elementary. Just to begin this on the right note, I'm going to say letter, and my studio audience of kindergarten through 5th grade kiddos will say what that letter stands for all together. Are we ready?
Yes.
All right. S.
Safe.
T.
Teamwork.
A.
Accountable.
R.
Respectful.
Who would like to talk just a minute about what all that means? Go ahead, Leila.
It means that safe means that you don't run and you don't hit people because they'll get hurt, and that they might have to go to the doctor or have to go to the principal's office.
You're right, that might happen. Anybody else want to join in and talk about why we use that language at Irving? Elizabeth?
So you can be safe and respectful.
And respectful, very good. Vinaya, it looked like you wanted to add something.
Accountable is for being at school on time.
That is one fantastic way to show accountability. How about respectful? Anybody want? Zari?
Treat others how you want to be treated.
Kind of a golden rule, isn't it? Very, very good. January's been an interesting month, hasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? We've missed quite a bit of school, haven't we? It's been kind of strange. We didn't have school this Monday, we didn't have school last Monday, and we don't have school next Monday. Does anybody know why?
I do. It's
Linnea, grab the mic.
Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Very good, very good. Anybody doing anything special for Martin Luther King Jr. Day?
Oh,
Go ahead, Daniel.
Today's Martin Luther King's birthday.
It is. Very
I don't know
good.
what I'm going to do.
You don't know what you're going to do, Leela? Oh. Elizabeth,
I'm going to throw a party for him.
are you going to throw a party for him? If you were really going to throw a party for MLK Day, what kind of theme would you have? What would you do at that party to recognize what Martin Luther King did for us?
I'm going to put up my birthday streamers in my room, and they're already up, and I'm going to play some music
be great. I think that would be very, very good. Do you know we have a great big banquet on January 19th here in Waterloo that recognizes Martin Luther King and recognizes people from our own community. And this year, every year they put on a writing contest, and this year one of our fourth graders, who isn't with us today, Janaea Johnson is her name, won put in a writing sample and won a first place prize and gets to be recognized during this fancy, fancy dinner. I mean, it's a fancy dinner. People wear bow ties like I have on right now, and they dress up in suit coats, and we sit down and have, 4 forks and 2 knives and 3 spoons. It's really, really fancy. But she'll get to be on stage and say something, so I'm super excited to go and see one of my Irving students doing the very best work they can possibly do. All right. I had to put that plug in, because we are smart at Irving, aren't we?
Yes. Yes.
That's absolutely true. All right, let's start with something fun to discuss. If you were principal at Irving for the day, if you were given control of Irving for a single day, what are some things you might do?
I would call.
Hang on. There you go. Now go,
I would
Leela.
call the builders, and then I would tell them to paint Yippee around the school.
You tell them to paint what around the school?
Yippee and all his favorite colors. I would tell them all the favorite colors that Yippie's like, and what his favorite food is, and then I would make everything look good, and then I'll tell them to make and paint the tables like Yippee too.
Wow, that'd be a lot of fun, wouldn't it? How about the rest of us? What kinds of things would you do if you were principal for the day? Think about all the stuff we do at Irving. All the work you guys do every day. Zari?
I'll have a loud, loud assembly.
Why would you have a loud, loud assembly? What would you do during the assembly?
They will probably be outside and having a car race.
I don't know.
Zari doesn't know for sure. Elizabeth, do you have an idea?
I will talk to the kids who are being naughty.
You would talk to the kids that are being naughty? We don't have a lot of those anymore. What would you do if somebody was naughty and you were the principal for the day?
I will talk about them to being good.
You would talk to them and tell them to be good? Excellent. Daniel, do you have any thinking on this?
When I grow up like a principal, I'll be like Mr. Tony.
Well, yeah. Are you going to be short like me too, or are you going to be taller?
Taller.
You're going to be taller. That might be good. Carmen, did you have any thinking on this? No, not for sure. Benea, you always have some wonderful ideas. She's not sure. Maybe you will come to us during this program.
I know.
She knows but doesn't want to say it. That's hard to pull off on radio.
I'll say it.
All right, she's going to say it.
I'd order 1,000 pizzas.
You'd order 1,000 pizzas.
And
And now, would those be just for the teachers, or would they be just for the students, or would they be for everybody?
It'd be for everybody.
They would be for everybody.
Free pizzas! You said but they're free too.
All right. Okay, well, let's continue talking about the future a little bit. What do you think you want to do when you grow up? What do you think you want to do when you grow up? Let's start with Zari and just go right around the table.
Become an NFL player.
You want to be a football player. Do you have a favorite team?
The Steelers.
The Steelers. Okay, do you want to play for them, or does it matter?
Doesn't matter.
And when you're done with football, what are you going to do? Because people retire from football at age 34 or something like that.
Become a lawyer.
Become a lawyer. So while you're in college playing football, you're going to have to study hard. Wow, that's really cool. I wish you the best of luck. Leela?
I'm gonna be a vet, and then I'm gonna be the principal of Alabama.
The principal of Alabama? Wow, that'd be really neat. I think that might be called governor. Vinaya,
I have 3.
you have 3 things you want to do. Share.
I'll be a vet. I'm gonna work at Dollar General, and then I wanna work at McDonald's.
Why do you want to work at Dollar General and McDonald's while also being a veterinarian?
Because I love animals.
Okay.
And because my mom said if I was at Dollar General, she would call me up to get some toilet paper.
Do you want to be helpful to your mom?
Yep.
Well, that's pretty neat. Elizabeth? Oh, you're not done.
To work at McDonald's, I would actually want to buy some food and give it to the homeless people who don't have any food or anything.
That's really, really neat. And we'll talk about that a little bit later on, so that we'll come back to that idea.
I want to work at Fairway and at the fire station to be a fire.
You want to be a firefighter?
Mhm.
Wow, we've had lots of people want to be police officers, lots of people want to be doctors and teachers and lawyers and football players, but I can't remember anybody else that's want to be a firefighter, so that's pretty neat. Do you know any firefighters?
Oh, I think I know firefighters, but it was a long time ago. I was in preschool taking a field trip, and near our preschool there was a fireplace, and I always saw it when I was going there. So we took a field trip there.
All of our pre-K kiddos take a field trip to the fire station. That's very important that we know a safe place to go if we're out and about, isn't it? Elizabeth?
But one time I went to a fire station for Father's Day.
Did you?
But I don't know anybody there, but I might learn their names.
Sure you would, especially if you got a job there, wouldn't you? That's really neat. Carmen, what do you think you want to do when you grow up?
I would be a teacher.
What do you want to teach? What grade?
Third grade.
Third grade. Why third grade?
Because I am a third grade.
Because you are a third grader? So you're an expert in it already?
Oh,
Kind of, yeah.
I would teach them too.
You would like to be a teacher too?
I would teach him all about the Minecraft parents and Irving.
Oh, would you? That seems to be something you're an expert in. Daniel, what do you think you want to do?
I'm going to be a gym teacher because Mr. A is the best teacher.
You like Mr. Arnsdorf, our PE teacher?
Yeah.
That's excellent. That's excellent. I'm glad. You know, we could always use another PE teacher. That is great. All right, we're talking about school a little bit. We're on KBBG 88.1 FM. This is the Family Rewards of Life program. And if you just turned in, this is Irving Elementary School, represented by students from kindergarten through 5th grade, talking about school and life in general and what some of their hopes and dreams are. I would like to thank Dr. Glory Kirkland Holmes for letting me do a lot of talking. And I would like to thank all the teachers for allowing their kids to come here today, and the kids' families for granting me permission to bring them over here. Let's talk a little bit about what is your favorite thing to do at Irving. What's your favorite thing to learn? What's your favorite thing about Irving in general? Anything along that line? Vinaya, why don't you start us off?
I love math and reading because I have a lot of books at home and I love to read them. And I love math because I love math to do it because when I don't have anything to do, I write down math problems and then I have a little fun.
That's fantastic. Who would like? Zari, go ahead.
I like reading, and the reason why I like reading is because you can learn stuff that you like never learn about animals and other stuff.
So I hear that you like to read nonfiction. That's what I heard. Is that true?
Yes,
All right. What are you reading right now?
I'm reading. It's not a nonfiction. I don't know what category it is, but it's Are You Weird or Not?
Are You Weird or Not?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a strange book. I think it sounds like fiction. Because in my belief system, I think everybody's a little bit weird. I think that's normal though. And I think that's something we should celebrate. We're all just a little bit different, aren't we? I think sometimes that can be a lot of fun. All right.
Everybody has something different in their life.
Everybody has something different in their life. And you don't always know somebody else's story, do you? Yeah, that's very good. That's a great thing to learn. Leela, what is it you like about Irving?
I like to read because I'm kind of being a good reader, and I do it a lot at home too.
Do ya? What's some of your favorite books to read?
The Bear Detectives and Pet the Cat and more stuff.
Okay, very, very good. Do you learn a lot when you read?
Yeah.
That's important, isn't it? Excellent. We're working hard on reading to learn and learning to read, both of those things. Daniel?
I like Irving. My favorite thing is in Irving because I love math and gym because Mr. Ray is the funnest teacher in gym. In math, we get to do all of our math packet the whole time.
Is that a lot of fun?
At least sometimes. It's fun.
It's fun. Is it challenging?
Yeah.
Do you work in groups or do you work by yourself?
For myself.
And do you ever do any group work?
Yeah.
You betcha. Do you ever have to get in front of the class and explain your thinking?
No,
Maybe you will soon. Maybe you will soon.
I do.
How about Carmen? What do you like about Irving? What's going on that's great for you?
Math and writing because I like to write a lot.
Do you really?
Yes.
Have you written some stories you make your parents sit down and you read it to them?
No, but I'm trying to make one.
Are ya? My daughter is a writer too, and she loves to sit down and write stories after stories after stories. Someday I hope she makes money doing it. Hang on, we'll get right back to you, Vinaya. I haven't heard from Elizabeth, however. What do you like about Irving?
I like Erasers, and I like Jan and Trust, and I did to like have her because running is good for your body.
Running is good for your body, isn't it? It's
like
important.
It's like giving you exercise.
Exercise is important, right? We have a lot of schools and things like that that are called Blue Zone certified, and we're working at Irving to become Blue Zone certified. So that'll be really neat when that happens. Vinay, you had something else you wanted to add? All right, grab the mic and share with the radio listeners out there at KBBG 88.1.
I read a story before, and it's called Sally and her teddy bear.
Sally and her teddy bear.
And she had lost her teddy bear, and she was like in all over the place for it, and her best friend was helping her too.
Did she ever find it?
Yes, it was in her dad's garden.
It was in her dad's garden? That's a silly place for a teddy bear.
Because she was playing in it. She was helping her dad with the garden one day.
Oh, very, very good.
But I can't find it now, so I've been digging through the notebooks to try to find it.
It's important to keep track of your work, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a hard lesson for a lot of people to
And I
learn.
started writing it in 7th grade.
And you're in 7th grade now?
Yeah.
I wish everybody out in Radioland could see what the face she just gave me. Like, Mr. Tooney, you're not quite right. Excellent. Earlier in our conversations, Vinaya started us on this track of what would she do if she could help people that aren't as lucky as us, that maybe don't have a roof over their head or a permanent home, or are struggling to put food on the table, or maybe just struggling to get to work and to school and to do everything else they need to do for their families to stay healthy, wealthy, and wise. What would you do if you could do anything for anybody in the whole world, or just in Waterloo? What would you do to spread a little love?
I would call the builders to build a house and then give them a garden and stuff. And then I would get some farm animals. And then I would get some stuff to make a garden for them. And then I will paint off the wall.
That sounds like a great plan. You're sort of making them self-sufficient,
And
giving
then
them
I
some
would,
tools.
and then I'll buy them some food and more. And then I would buy them a pet. And then I would get them a husband. And then I would,
So you're
and then
providing
they
the
will
whole
have
family.
kids.
Wow. Do you have a great big family?
Yeah, but we used to, but Javier left, and now they aren't gonna. He ain't gonna come back, but he's only gonna visit.
Well, that's okay, isn't it? All right. Zari, what do you think you'd do to help out anybody in the world? What are some things you'd like to see change in the world, or what would you do to make the world better?
I'll give the people that cannot put food on the table, I'll give them a big check.
A big check from your football playing days?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And what would you want them to do with that check?
Do what they want to do with it.
So it's
And
okay.
Spend it wisely.
Spend it wisely. What does spending it wisely mean to you?
Spend it on stuff that they need and not stuff that they don't need.
What's something you think they might want to get that they probably don't need?
Game systems, and other stuff
Like
Yeah, those are important, aren't they? But we don't
Electronics.
always need them, do we? Yeah.
tablets,
Tablets and those kind of things are important. but-
PSs.
Right, right. You guys are an impressive group. Daniel, what's your thinking on all this?
I don't know.
You don't know? What would you do if you were President of the United States? What would you do if people needed homes and needed food?
I would tell the builder to build everything for the people, a house and gardens. And then when I'm done, I will tell the builders to build my house, and then I'll go home.
Then you go home. That's a busy day right there, that's for sure. Carmen, what's your thinking on all this?
I would give them food and tell people to build houses and just give it to them. Give them food.
Excellent, excellent. Who haven't I heard from on this question? I didn't go around. Elizabeth, I don't think I've heard from you. What would you do?
I will tell my mom to call the builders and so they can build a house for the people who can't.
It's important to have a good, safe house, isn't it? Yeah, that's important. I like having a house and inviting friends over and family over and just sitting in and enjoying the warmth. Good. And I know I've heard from everybody now, but Zari whispered to me just a minute ago that he has something else he'd like to say about this.
I'll build a program called the Zari Help Program, and if they need food, they'll come to my program and I'll give them food.
What would they have to do during your program in order to earn the food, or would they just show up and you give them food?
They have to sign up.
Sign up, and would you provide any classes for them? Would you do anything else for them besides provide food? And that's great. I don't want to mean that. That's fantastic and very, very noble.
For like holidays, if they can't buy their kids toys and stuff, they could come to my program and I could give them toys.
That is great. That is great thinking. Well, you guys have lots of wonderful ideas for our future, and I'm very excited about that. We have veterinarians here. We have lawyers and doctors. We have firefighters.
Vets.
We have all sorts of people in our future that are going to be very helpful, and that is great. That is great. All right. What would you change at Irving? What's one thing you might change at Irving? Think for a minute. Think, think, think. Because I take notes during this part. I want to know what you think you would change at Irving. Just one thing, not a list.
I think.
Go ahead, Leela. Zari, help her out with the mic, would you? Thank you.
I would teach everyone all about Hippie and Minecraft stuff. And
You would teach them all about Minecraft stuff?
Yeah, and never stop.
And never stop. So you would add Minecraft to the academic rigor, huh? That's an interesting game. My kids were playing that a while back too. Elizabeth,
I will paint the walls a different color.
what color would you paint our walls?
Pink and purple and blue and green.
Wow, you like some bright and crazy colors. I like that. Vanea, what would you do?
I would change all the bullying.
All the bullying? What would you do with all the bullying?
If they were bullied, they would have to come down to the office and sit and think about what they have done.
All right. And we've worked really hard on our bullying, haven't we? There isn't a whole lot of that going on anymore. And we have some very, very respectful kids at Irving. Daniel, what do you think you would change at Irving?
If we had outside recess, I would change up on the playgrounds. Look like the night fun. I would change the monkey bars, and I want them to be like the playground at the park.
Yeah, we need some new playground equipment, don't we? We need to work on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to get a slide.
We need a slide?
Yeah, and
Oh.
so we can like climb up the slide and say, read down the slide. Then we'll land into the snow. It'll be fun.
It would be fun. We haven't been outside for recess in a while because it's been so darn cold, hasn't it?
Yeah, and darn snowy.
Darn snowy, you're right.
Yeah.
Carmen, what would you change about Irving?
Not like the seats, the desk, I would change it to tables.
In some of our rooms, we've done that. We've changed them to tables. But not everyone, because we can't find enough tables. But I like that idea. Why do you think you would do that?
Because, like, kids try to open the desk and it's into other people's desks, so it opens other people's desks.
Yeah, because sometimes our desks open from the top, and if they're really close together, it opens somebody else's desk, and it bothers them, or they get stuff lost, don't they? Yep, that happens from time to time.
Or someone would go and sneak up and take their stuff that they would want, like flippies and tablets if they bring them, and also phones.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen. Plus, we're in elementary school. We don't need all of those things, do we?
No.
Sorry, what would you change?
I will change the design of the school. If I had like a choice, I would change the design of the school.
What would you, I'm curious about this, Sorry. This is a big agenda item here. How would you change it? What would you do?
I'll make it bigger.
Bigger? Would you still go 2 floors, or would you go 1 floor, or what would you do?
The floors will stay the same, but it will be more space in classrooms.
I would like that.
And
I would really,
like
really
we
like
would
that.
have enough space to like jump around and spin around.
You need that space, don't you?
And do cartwheels, but be careful.
But be careful, that's important. Carmen, did you have something to add to that?
I would get more playground stuff.
More playground
And
stuff.
security for the when people come.
Right.
And so.
That's important. I have gotten a signal that we're about out of time already. I wanted to take another moment and just do a shout out and thanking KBBG FM 88.1, Dr. Gloria Kirkland Holmes, who is, I guess you would say, a sponsor of this program and a very, very wonderful person to work with. A couple reminders for Irving families: no school on January 20th. Flash begins on Tuesday, January 21st. Our next PBIS assembly is on Friday, the 31st of January at 2:30 in the afternoon. And I might as well put out there that February 7th there's no school because it's a teacher quality day. It's a long way away, but it'll come here pretty darn fast. All right, anybody want to give one last shout out to a family member, say hello to somebody important? Zari, go ahead.
Shout out to my mama.
Excellent. Elizabeth.
I like Miss Single.
Miss Shizzle, your teacher, very good. Leela.
My mom. And this is Leela. If you don't know that, it's me.
I bet she knows that. Vinaya.
I'm gonna say hi to my family. Hi.
Excellent. Carmen. We can come back to you. Daniel.
I want to say hi to my family either.
Also, very good. And Carmen, do you have a shout out to anybody?
I would shout out to my family.
Excellent. Once again, I'd like to thank all of the sponsors for KBBG for allowing us to be here today, and the families of my wonderful, wonderful students for giving me permission to bring them over here.
There comes a time